Hello, this is Daniel Mart, and today I will be doing my review for the Back to the Future Trilogy. I finally reviewed all three movies. I've done a few other whole film series in the past, such as Ghostbusters and Chris Columbus Home Alone movies. So now we have Back to the Future Trilogy. Basically, how do I do the basically, how do I normally review my a series? Basically, I give my thoughts on the series overall, give my thoughts on each movie from the series, and then I basically find out the average of the for the rating. I find the average um for the score. Basically, I count up every single rate for each movie and divide it by the number of movies there are in that. So basically, let's say, for example, 5 plus 5 plus 5 would be, that's 15 divided by 3. That'd be 5. That type of stuff. But before I begin, I'm still gonna do my 10-second spoiler warning. If you guys have yet to actually watch any of the three movies or all three movies or whatever, if you guys have yet to actually watch the whole Back to the Future film franchise, stop the video, go check it out, go check out the movies you need to watch, and then come back and watch the rest of this review. 10-second spoiler warning, as usual, starting now. Okay, so 10 seconds are up. So for those who have yet to actually watch any of the movies, to actually completely watch the whole Back to the Future franchise and haven't already, please do not comment down below or be messaging me. That I never gave you a fair warning, because as usual, I did. So yeah, basically, the whole Back to the Future franchise, it started with Back to the Future, the first one, as an original idea, original concept, back in 1985. It was basically about this kid who went back in time, in a DeLorean, in a pretty good-looking DeLorean. I may say so myself. Basically goes back in time and tries to get his parents to hook up again after he basically messed up, in the timeline. It wasn't originally supposed to get a second or a third film. It kind of just ended in a cliffhanger. However, it became so popular that in 1989 they made part two. Well, they released part two, and in 1990 they released part three, and it basically was a continuation from there. In part two, you have them going back. First off, they go into the future, or back to the future, whatever, to basically 2015, which is, yay, now at this point, the year 2015. And they have to start off with trying to not get his Marty McFly's son get arrested, um, and then they have to go back in time because Biff, who is the main antagonist throughout the whole film series, has all of a sudden gotten rich due to one of the effects, due to something that happened in the future, or at least another character going back in time and then affecting the future as a whole. And then in the third movie, they have Marty McFly, who has to go visit Emmett Brown, played by Christopher Lloyd, and Marty McFly is played by Michael J. Fox, by the way. And he has to go back in time to back to 1885, to the Western time, and try to get himself back to the future in 1985. And yeah, this all takes place in the, I want to say, fictional town of Hill Valley, but I'm not completely sure it's fictional. Basically takes place in Hill Valley, and yeah. Basically that's the whole plot of the movie. Again, it's just one whole continuous movie, or I guess series of events, because it goes from Back to the Future, and then it's Back to the Future Part 2, and then Part 3. I mean, literally, it says that on the title. Here, does it say there? Does it say there? I mean, for example, here, Part 2. I don't know if you guys could see it that well, but on the arrow, it says Part 2. I know it's backwards, but if you guys understand what I mean. And then same here for Part 3. On the arrow, it says Part 3. So, yeah. I mean, overall, it's a great film series, in my opinion. It's such a great film series. Part 4, I'm still kind of waiting for that. Joking, no, that's never gonna happen. I mean, I've actually heard talks of people trying to see if they could reboot the series. I mean, I don't think this is a type of series you can reboot, because, I mean, without Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd, you're not gonna get the same you're not gonna get the same charm. You're not gonna probably not get the same comedy. You're not gonna get the same quality. I mean, yeah, I mean, yes, it's probably more nostalgic, and that's probably the issue with it, that you can't really replicate nostalgia. I mean, could they reboot it and make it successful? Yes, if they do reboot it, I don't think it's ever going to be as great as the original trilogy. I'm saying overall, it's just a fantastic trilogy, in my opinion. So yeah, I gave Back to the Future Part 1, or Back to the Future, the original one, a 9 out of 10. I thought it's one of my all-time favorite sci-fi films of all time. So yeah, now I gave Part 2, Back to the Future Part 2, a 7.5 out of 10. Um, it does have its issues with the whole paradox thing being a little bit heavy-handed, in my opinion, which is a problem in the later two films, Part 2 and Part 3 of the franchise. And then Part 3, I too gave it a 7.5 out of 10. I just felt in that movie the love relationship between Emmett Brown and Clara Clayton, I believe was her name, was a little bit heavy-handed. But overall, they were still great movies. I really don't understand why people don't seem to like Part 3 as much. I thought it was still a pretty great movie. So yeah. Then now on to the rate. 9 plus 7.5 plus 7.5 is 24, I believe. Yes, 24. Divide that by 3, and the official rate of Back to the Future that I will have to give it is an 8 out of 10, which I think is actually a pretty good rate for this. An 8 out of 10. Such an incredible movie series. The first one of my all-time favorite sci-fi films of all time. This is probably the fourth or third or fourth time I've seen it. Really happy I have it right now. Yeah, the last time I saw it before this year, the last time I saw it, I was like 9 or 10. And I remember why I love it so much. I saw the second one like again when I was like 9 or 10, and I've never seen the third one. First time I saw the third one, it was still pretty great in my opinion. Such a fantastic film series. So yeah, I got the 25th anniversary pack. Yeah, right now it should be 30 years. So yeah, 30-year anniversary because the first one came out in 1985. So I mean, overall, such an incredible film series. If you haven't checked out Back to the Future, do check it out already. I mean, it's like a requirement. It's like mandatory. So yeah, that's basically it for this review. 8 out of 10 is what I'd give the Back to the Future franchise or trilogy. And yeah, that's basically it for now. This is Daniel Mart. So yeah, subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I do movie reviews, TV show reviews, and comic book reviews. Comment down below on your thoughts on the Back to the Future film series. You know, which one's your favorite one? I'm pretty sure many people are gonna say the first one, the original one. But if you like one of the other two better, you know, put it down in the comments below. I mean, they are great movies by all means. And then aside from that, like the video, share on Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, or whatever you guys prefer, and remember to follow me on my Instagram, Daniel Mart, basically like my YouTube name. And yeah, that's basically it for now. This is Daniel Mart signing off.